It's another day in the woods, and it's another day that I'm lucky and I get to ride something really, really cool before lots of other people. So big thanks to the guys at Fox at Silverfish for bringing down today what I'm going to ride, which is the new Fox upside down Podium fork. I haven't ridden that many upside down forks, but nothing quite at this level. A lot of the stuff I've ridden before was a long time ago, but that technology is years and years ago. Stuff has moved on. The detail of the fork itself is absolutely stunning. All the usual Fox quality, but in a fork and in a package that looks way more refined, chunky, motocrossy. And initial thoughts just riding down here and in the car park, it feels really good. Really soft off the top, which if you've ridden Fox forks before, maybe they do suffer a little bit from that. I know there's a new batch of internals coming through on all the new range of Fox forks, so maybe they've kind of ironed that out a little bit, but these feel sublime off the top. Genuine coil-like feel off the top. So yeah, quite impressed with that. High speed, low speed compression, high speed, low speed rebound, volume spacers, all the usual stuff. But we have got some differences. It is a 20mm bolt through axle, so you're gonna need either a hub that you use adapters on, or you're gonna need to buy a new front wheel. They do that to keep the fork stiff. It does become heavier for that reason than a standard 38. It is 38mm stanchions on this fork as well. So there is a little bit of weight gain in fitting this fork, but I think there's gonna be a massive performance gain, even over the 38 potentially. I'm riding the 170mm version. It does come in 160mm as well. There's only one offset. I think that's 44mm, but don't quote me on it. There are two different crown widths. So the part of the crown where the steerer tube goes into your bike, they've got different widths to kind of just make the aesthetics of the bike a little bit more in keeping with the size of your head tube. So that's kind of a nice touch, but it is another thing to think about when you're buying the bike now, which size crown you're going to buy. So interesting to see how much twist there is going to be in these forks. And obviously twisting a fork is no good, because if you load the fork up and the fork is twisting, as soon as that load comes off, the fork wants to snap back to straight, and then you've got an additional input into the bike to deal with through the handlebars. So that's not ideal. Normal forks do twist as well, of course. It's just with upside down forks, there's a stigma that they twist more, but let's find out. I am coming from a Fox 36 on this bike, not a Fox 38. So maybe this isn't a fair test from the 36 to the 38. Podium fork, let's go. So Fox Podium, first run in the woods. I'm gonna take it relatively easy. Not sprinting in. I haven't got my Strava on. Oh, I feel really good. So a couple of runs in now. Initial thoughts are, they're amazing, very stiff. They don't deflect at all. You can really push on them and it all goes to the tyre. There's no sort of twisting force that I can feel at all. They're super supple, they're super soft off the top. You've got loads of control, they ramp up nicely, and even on the climbs, they're softer. So as you're climbing, you're not getting the little vibrations to your hands. It's really welcome just to have a fork that's a little bit softer. And actually when you pedal, the sort of fork dives a bit, so puts you in a better position for climbing, maybe. But I know they're softer because the live valve is unlocking the rear shock, and they don't on my 36 when I climb them. The live valve stays shut because it's not receiving a bump at all or as much movement from the front wheel. Whereas on these, because they're softer, the front wheel's actually moving and the accelerometer is finding an input and unlocking the rear shock. So yeah, an interesting anecdote maybe. Right, let's do this steeper one and see what it's like in the steeps. Whoa. That's wicked. There's that noise again. Oh, it's so good. Oh wow, what a fork. Oh, that's tricky. That is quite tech. Oh. I'm sorry, Olins, I've got a new favourite fork. It is sublime. It's way better than I thought it was going to be. I really did think it was going to flex lots, but it doesn't. It's just so accurate, so precise, so much so that you can drift the front wheel, you can push the tyre. Absolutely phenomenal fork. Amazing. Really rampy, really controlled. I haven't had to touch the adjusters much other than I sped the rebound up a bit. But yeah, bravo Fox. This is a perfect hardcore enduro fork, and spot on for an e-biker as well. It's quite a big stiff fork. I think it'd be absolutely fine on any e-bike, and it matches the rear shock really well, so everything feels really in tune and balanced. Very impressed, which means I'm going to be even more out of pocket. This bike is costing me so much money. Problem is, I try new things and they're all brilliant, and then I have to buy them. So, well done, Fox. This is the best mountain bike suspension fork.